All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? This is Elite Cup Racing, ECR NextGen Series, race number 18. This is the Hungry for Corn 180, brought to us tonight by Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I am Mark. I'm with Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I am your commentator for this evening, and I am excited for this. Definitely can't wait for this stuff tonight, because it should have some good racing here in Iowa. We have got 180 laps. We are running a 70% fuel configuration, 1 fast repair, 4 sets of tires. So hopefully we will have a great evening. Now, this is a very short track. So there will be a little congestion. Hopefully there are not too many incidents. Let's call them that tonight. Everybody would stand up, listen to our national anthem. Hands over your hearts are optional but highly recommended. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing tonight? We are here for the Hungry for Corn 180 in Iowa. brought to you by Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. Got Mark, myself in the booth, along with Richard Hurst, the man with the plan. Richard, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know if I have the plan for this evening, but it's going to be a good night here at Iowa. One of my favorite tracks. One of my favorite tracks in a different series. I haven't really ran it in the Cup Series, but should be some pretty exciting racing going on. And Mark, I did share a screen share with you if you want to set that up. But yeah, we're pretty much short track racing here tonight, so it should be pretty interesting. These Elite Cup Series guys, they put on a really good show each and every week, so glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you. We've got 3 viewers out there with us on the stream so far. That's awesome. And I'm getting everything set up right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little bit behind. Well, Mark, how many laps do we have tonight?
We have 180 laps. That's going to be a little over 157 miles.
So 157 miles. Nice.
That's definitely a short track.
Forgive me, I'm trying to get my OBS up. Okay, it's on screen. It's not on. It's on screen, not on. Not in OBS. That'll work.
All right. Well, we are up here getting finished with qualifying. So yeah, we've got 4 fast repairs. No, 1 fast repair, 4 sets of tires. We're running on a 70% fuel window, so I'm not sure how many laps that's going to be. Probably quite a few, considering how short the track itself is.
Well, it's definitely going to be very interesting. You're definitely going to probably see a lot of drivers use those fast repairs here tonight because there are 25 drivers registered in this race. What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, but there are 25 drivers registered in this race, so it should be pretty exciting as they are getting gridded in. Mark, you want to give the rundown on the qualifying order?
Well, the qualifying order starting with Tay McDonald in first, Travis Gilbert in second, Brad Rivers in third, Tyler Burden in fourth, Michael Carter in fifth, Ryan McCall in sixth, Brendan Fetterplace in seventh, Doug Denise in eighth, Adam Boughton in ninth, Robert Ross rounding out our top 10.
11th is going to be Michael York, and Picklesmere is going to be in 12th. 13th is going to be Eric Anderson. Furtick is going to be in 14th. 15th is going to be Carnathan. Osborne is going to be 16th. Walsh is going to be 17th. Lee is going to be 18th. 19th is going to be Diaz. 20th is going to be Mr. Aaron Miller. Christopher Roth in 21st. 22nd is going to be Holtzman. 23rd is going to be Mueller. 23rd is going to be Jeff No. Haven't seen that name in a while. And Gary Nash is going to be in 25th.
All right, well, there's our qualifying order for tonight. These guys should be getting ready to grid in very shortly and start on their formation lap.
Oh, that number 15 Army car. That is
driven
by Brad Rivers. That's a nice car.
And if you look closely, that is actually a dedication to his father. There was a very special story about that a couple weeks back, and he's very proud of that. And I'm loving it every week he races it.
Well, hats off to him. Nice looking paint schemes in here. Man, it's been a while since I've been in Elite Cup Series. I'm glad I was able to take a few minutes, drop in. And it looks like somebody did not grid. And who is going to be gridding next to the 45? Looks like the 00 did, or the 74, somebody did not grid.
I'm showing Michael York at the bottom of the list. I don't think he did.
Yep, you are right. So the 48 did not grid.
You got the 73 and the sim tracks. Yeah, I also like the 41 there, Travis Gilbert. It's the Vet to Track program.
The 41. Sorry, I was loading in my. All right, so some of my graphics are not loaded in, but that's okay. You are live, so that's all right.
Yep, we are waiting for our pace car to jump off the track to get started. For some reason, it tells us we're on lap 2 already.
Yeah, so most of your short tracks, they give them at least 2 pace laps to get all settled in and pull those belts tight one more time. So we should see that pace car dive off this time, and we shall be getting ready to go green.
And we are.
Flag racing.
All right, we are.
Nice little restart. Go ahead. This is your show. I'm sorry.
You're good to go, Richard.
Nice little restart for that outside line as the 73, or that could be me. I do have new internet, so I'm testing out as that 73 took the outside lane and was able to make the pass on the 15. So Bradley Rivers is going to settle in a second place with the 41 of Gilbert. He is going to be a down one position, settling in third. Now, don't let. I hope that doesn't get his panties in a bunch. As this track has to come to these cars. As those tires get the pressures built up into them, these cars will get a little bit faster. Usually about lap 10, you'll see the fastest laps of these cars. But as of here right now, they're probably taking it very easy. As like I said, you got to get those pressures built up. Ryan McCall making a move on the inside of that number 8 machine of Carter, and they are going to be side by side. And
followed closely by the 34 of Fetter Place in that Ghost Energy car. He is just looking for an opening.
Yeah, it looks like he had found himself an opening right there in front of that number 40 of Denise.
And you got Adam Evo Boughton in number 9 in his 94 94 Coca-Cola. Followed by Robert Roth rounding out our top 10 in the 59. Gear Wrench.
Well, looks like the 51. He is putting up a fight on that inside of the 8. I think that's the 51. No, that's the 90. I'm sorry. The 90 of Ryan McCall. He is putting up a good little battle on the inside of Carter, and they have been battling it out. I've been watching them for at least a couple laps, and they have pretty much not moved. As Ryan McCall, he gets a little bit of advantage, but that outside, it really does get a good run if you can get the power to stick. Now, some of these drivers, are probably going to be fighting a tight race car and really letting out, drifting up to that wall, trying to get that car to turn. So Ryan McCall able to make that pass on that inside, and now he is going to be taking over the 5th position. So he has made it up into the top 5, and it looks like we got a little bit of breakaway with our top, 3.
Oh, yeah. Tay McDonald is leading everybody by a little over half a second, but Brad Rivers and Travis Gilbert are within about 0.2 of a second of each other. They're right on each other's bumper, fighting it out for that second position and shooting back up on Tay because, they don't want to let him win.
They don't want to let him win? No, these guys are going to make you earn every win that you receive in this series, and they're doing a heck of a job. As do we have any stage breaks here tonight?
I did not get any notes, and they normally don't.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there are no notes for it. of the notes I do have. So no mention of stage breaks. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be running straight through.
So as of right now, the biggest mover of the race is going to be that number 87 of Gary Nash. Gary Nash, is worked himself up 5 positions from where he started. Now Kyle Diaz, he is going to be up 6 positions, so he is going to take over the biggest mover of the race, riding around in 13th. And let's go see if he's got any battles going on. He's got the 45 right there in front of him, and that's going to be Picklesmere. It looks pretty evenly. It looks like the Toyota's a little bit outnumbered with the Chevrolets and Ford, which I think this is one of the series that runs the most Chevrolets that we broadcast for.
Oh yeah, well Chevy is definitely a dominating car, I think, but nothing can beat my Ford Mustang. I'm sorry.
Well, right now they are not dominating here as of right now. You got two Fords in first and second, and then you got your first Chevrolet, and that's going to be that number 15 of Brad Rivers. He has got his hands full of looks like
Travis Gilbert
still. So they have been battling it out, and you can see it. You can see Rivers, he is riding around in that middle lane, especially in 3 and 4. Right now, he's going to be stuck on that outside. He's going to ride that middle lane. And, in my experience of driving this track, and they may have changed it with updates or whatnot, I haven't driven this track in a little while, the middle lane is very, very bumpy.
Oh, okay. So, basically a last-ditch type of lane for me. If it's not smooth, I'm not riding on it.
No, you can see it. They're riding right up there against the wall, and you can see the suspension bottoming out on these cars. Also down towards the bottom, there's one little bump that can get your car very loose. And if you ride on board in the cockpit cam, you can see some of these guys, fighting when they hit that bump.
Well, we definitely need to check that out. Yeah, I'm very partial to my chopper cam, but I definitely should get in the cockpit with some of these guys every once in a while.
Oh, yes, you'll learn a lot of things, especially if you want to get into, the catbird seat and actually drive some of these cars. You can learn a lot by some of this, just watching some of these drivers and finding out their lane.
Right now, you look like you got Tyler Burden, the number 6 car, a.k.a. the Demon. He actually looks like he's coming up on Brad Rivers, trying to break into that 3rd spot, and he might be able to.
You said the 6. I'm looking for the 6. It's 06.
Well.
No, you're good. You're good. That was me. I was looking for it. I was looking for it on my ATVO. I'm like, I don't have a 6, and it was 06. He's all the way at the bottom.
Oops. Yeah, that's why I like going by my SDK, because I can literally go right through them. But Tyler Burden's always one to watch. Like, that guy can drive. But almost everybody on this field tonight has had good nights and very good records. So it's definitely something interesting to watch.
Look at Ryan McCall. He is going to take over the 4th position. He's going to pull a little bit of slide job coming out of turn number 4, and he is going to take it over from Brad Rivers. Brad Rivers was kind of slow coming into turn number 3, and Ryan McCall. I've raced with this guy. I raced with him. A few years ago, back on NASCAR Heat 4, and then we went into NASCAR Heat 5 on the Xbox series, and that was McWinning on the Xbox, and he was a fast guy then, and now look at him here on watching him here on iRacing, he's a fast guy still. So he puts in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and glad to be here, being able to watch him again. Maybe one day I'll be able to get back on the track with him and see if I actually can keep up anymore.
Well, we can always check and see if they are recruiting for their next season or even mid-season. Because we are on race number 19.
Ooh, caution is out. And let me bring up the track map and find out exactly who is slow. And that's going to be the 82, Stan Carnathan. He is going to be very slow. And let me rewind to see if I can find out what happened to him.
Yeah, let me know, and we'll bring you up side by side.
All right, I'm ready.
That was faster than Grant. All right.
All right, looks like you got a small group of cars. You got the 26, the 82, and the 10. Now, the 82 looks like his car is going to push up coming out of turn number 4. Maybe a little bit of contact with the 10 on the wall, but the 82 is going to be very tight. And those two just, get together. He's going to pitch the 10 all the way up to the wall. He's going to turn his car sideways, crossing over that start-finish line, and they're going to be very slow. Not a lot of damage done to those race cars, but he's going to come back down the track, and oh my goodness, look at this evasive maneuver. Oh, he does get a little bit of contact, and let me see if I can figure out who that was. That looks like it's going to be the 55. So that's going to be Joe. No, he is probably going to have a little bit of damage to the left front of that car. And let me go to his nose cam. No, it looks nice and clean. So he may have scathed by.
And I think it is pronounced Jeff, not Joe.
Oh, Jeff. I don't know why I said Joe. My bad, Jeff. He's friends with me on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we're gonna get him to cause a revolution here.
So I can't believe I messed that one up. All right, pit road was definitely busy this time by.
How do you spell Jeff? J-O-E.
J-O-E. Hey, it's been a long day. It's been a very busy day for me.
Oh, see? That's why I don't have busy days.
Oh.
And just like that, we're already 24 laps into this race.
Yeah, these short track racing, these short tracks, they really go by pretty quick. Do have some pretty big movers, maybe due to the pit strategy or not, but Christopher Roth, he's going to be up 10 positions, and you got Alan Holtzman, he is going to be up 10 positions. So 2 big movers right there in 11th and 12th. I hope that's not me blinking out.
No.
Maybe hopefully it's one of them. Okay.
I think it is them because it's not. I see it on mine as well. So while we got a little bit of time, going to go through. You got the 41 of Travis Gilbert. Like I said, that is the vet to track 41 Mustang. Followed by Tay McDonald.
Well, those pace car lights are still on. Why don't we...
Who do you want to bring in?
Let's bring up our leader right now.
All right. If I can find it. Here it is. Hey, Travis, this is Richard and Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Man, it looks like you're doing a pretty darn good job out there leading this race so far, but tell us how that track is starting to feel. Is the track getting a little bit tight? We saw a little bit of contact with another driver because his car slid up the track. Tell us what you're feeling out there on the track.
Yeah, it looks like the track temp's going up a little bit, so it's getting a little slippery. You're losing the front off of 4 and off of 2, but you're also losing the rear end too, so you're just sitting there, you're trying to control the throttle and making sure that you're not pushing too hard where it snaps loose on you on the exit.
Well, you definitely look like you got everything figured out. You've been leading quite a few laps, and that car looks good out there leading this. It looks like you're going to choose the high line on this restart. Man, we wish you luck in the rest of this race. Still got a lot of racing left to go. You think you got what it takes to finish it out in that number 1 spot?
We're going to try. The strategy just got switched up here. My teammate to my inside, he's awful tough, and you can never count out Adam and Tyler Bearden. It's a tough field, so we're going to try our best. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. Well, good luck in the rest of this race, and we hope to talk to you again in shortly.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right, our pace car lights are off, which means we are about ready to go back green flag racing.
Coming out of turn number 4, pace car is off, waiting for that Geico restart zone, and there it is. Nice little jump on that outside lane on that restart, and look at Adam Broughton. He is going to go ahead and jump into that second position. He's going to leave the 73 like he was sitting still. So we got a new second place driver, and that is going to be Evo. Adam Broughton in that number 94. He's going to see what he can do to track down that number 41 of Gilbert. If he's going to be able to get a good little run out of turn number 4, he may have a chance. But as of right now, it looks like that 41 is going to have control of this race for at least the time being.
All right, and just so you know, me and Adam, we actually had we had to duke it out in the back of the Applebee's parking lot because I was mispronouncing his name. It's Boughton.
Boughton.
Because he's about it. Just remember that.
Oh, in the Applebee's parking lot? Damn.
Look, I go hard. That's it, you know? He's like,
well, you got a nice... Go ahead.
He's like, meet me outside of Chili's. I'm like, nah, bro, Applebee's, man. That way when I'm done, I can go in and get a good drink.
Get some of that, some bang bang shrimp. Nice little battle, and it looks like they're going to take a 3 wide coming into turn number 1, and it does fizzle out, but they are still side by side as you have the 81, and it looks like the 08 right there side by side.
Or is that the double zero? The double zero.
That's
Tabasco.
the double zero.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yeah.
But look at the 86 or the 06.
Oh yeah, Tyler Burton. Look, he is a force to be reckoned with at certain times. Like he definitely knows his stuff, and it looks like he's doing a good strategy by taking that inside lane, and he's got the 15 right behind him, giving him a good push of Brad Rivers.
Man, I am going to ride with the 15, and he has got a good seat in the house for this little battle. He is just pulling up to the 81, and he is going to take a 3 wide. And, you know, you can only hold this for so long. But they are holding steady, and now it's going to fizzle out to a 2 wide. And it looks like Brad Rivers, he is going to make up a few positions. But you gotta think, how did you overheat your tires? Because you're 3 wide for what, at least 4 laps? So how bad did you hurt your tires? Maybe not too bad, but if you're driving that car very hard, you could definitely overheat them and lose a little bit of grip for a few laps.
Oh yeah, and definitely have to put you into the pit a little bit sooner. Yeah, I think I'm going to hire you, Richard, to come and commentate with me.
Oh, you think you're going to hire me? I've heard you and Grant in the booth. Y'all do a really good job.
Oh, yeah. And Grant's great to have in the booth. Unfortunately, he races on Saturday night. So, and unfortunately, my main man, Steve, he doesn't talk too much.
Yeah, Steve, you know, he throws out that sign language, and, you know, you never hear him.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, it's like he's not even alive. It really is.
A dead issue. Well, nice little battle. The 51 is trying to make some moves on the inside of the 59 of Robert Roth, and he is going to be able to take that position coming out of turn number 4. But we got some more 3-wide action not too far back, and that looks like it's going to be the 40, the 00, and the 5 was right there in that action, but it fizzled out very quickly before they got to turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2, they're going to be side by side. 40 is going to slide it in front of the 00, but here comes that 5 to the inside, and the 26 maybe looking to make the gap, and is he going to do it? They're going to be 3 wide coming to the line here at lap number 37. So we've seen 3 wide quite a bit. 26 decides he does not want to take a 3 wide into turn number 1, so he backs out just a little bit, and that's an in-and-out car. It's like, I like that paint scheme. It's making me hungry.
Okay, let's all go to the West Coast for in-and-out.
What is it here? It is Cookout? Is that the same thing?
No. In-N-Out Burger is a really good burger joint. Now, Cookout's still awesome. But I don't think they're even on the same level.
Culver's, now that's a good burger joint. Have you had that yet?
Oh, yeah. We have one in Tallahassee.
Nice.
Yeah, Culver's
Dude,
is
bro,
definitely...
how many times have I been to Tallahassee and y'all haven't told me there was a Culver's there? Come on.
It's new. It hasn't been here but for a couple months.
Oh, yeah, same way here in Auburn. Nice little side-by-side battle for the 81 and the 59. They are still battling it out. And this is a battle for the 11th position. That is going to be Robert Roth and John Osborne. And right there behind them, you have McNeese. And, oh, we got trouble. Trouble on the front stretch. Big pileup. No caution. They are still all rolling. But a lot of cars are going to be involved in that. And it looks like there is still some slow cars on the track. I'm going to have to back that up and take a look and exactly see what happened. So you just continue with your side, and I'm going to look and see what I can find.
All right. Let me go. I'm going to go ahead and go side by side. So when you are ready, we are here.
And it's going to start, let's see, it looks like the 00, the 10 is going to be, out of shape also. And I believe that it's going to be Jeff No. Who's going to be right there in front of Jeff No?
And we actually do have our second caution of the evening out.
Okay, so the second caution is out. And that started with the 59 and the 81. They were driving, that incident there, they were driving it so hard, too wide. 81 got tight coming out of turn number 4, got into the 59, and he is going to take both of them pretty much sideways, trying to gather them back up. He's going to make another bit of contact with the 59. Is going to force the 26 up the track. It looks like the 5 is going to make an evasive maneuver and go around, but 59 is going to be very slow on the track, so that's what caused that little bit of a stack up. Let me go and see if I can find that. Looks like, let me go find this crash. That's going to be Eric Anderson.
All right, and while you do that, a lot of the guys are going into the pits. Ryan McCall's deciding to stay out, allowing him to lead a lap or two.
I'm going to stop that right there, and let me go to Chase Cam. No, Far Chase. There we go. All right, so this is going to be, and I'm ready whenever you are.
I'm there whenever you are. You're ready to go.
This is going to be a 3-wide battle. Looks like the 00 did tap the wall a little bit. The 82 and 62 did try to give him room, but a little bit of contact between the 82 and the 62 got the 00 on that outside, and he is going to take that car for a ride right out to the outside wall. Now, there is no safer barrier here, so you can gain a lot of damage from hitting that outside wall, but the 62 going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to make more contact with the 74, but 00 may have enough race car to make some more laps. Luckily, they do have that one fast repair, and because that 62 definitely is going to need it. Looks like the 00 definitely going to have to bring his down the pits.
All right, well, thank you for that outlook on it. We are 44 laps in. And
now, looking up front, if you look up front, Ryan McCall, he's going to be up there leading this race now. You got 3 Toyotas in second, third, and fourth. These are names that we haven't called a lot tonight, but there are going to be some big movers right here in the top 5.
Oh, yeah. Aaron Miller in his number 10 Wendy's car. Dwayne Furtick in the 51 Best Buy. And Kane Lee in the Money Lion number 32. Along with the Rapid Fired Pizza number 90 of Ryan McCall.
So the number 10, Aaron Miller, he was involved in that big stack up just before the caution came out.
Oh, so he recovered pretty decently. Probably used his fast repair, but it doesn't look like there's much damage on his car.
He may have scraped the outside wall just a little bit, but let's see. We talked to who we got up here. There's Ryan McCall. There he is. Oh, I put him in the wrong broadcast booth. How many broadcast booths y'all got? Ryan McCall, this is Richard and Mark up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, Ryan, it looks like you're leading this race right here at lap number 45. That Chevrolet Camaro is pretty much a rocket ship, but there's a lot of fast cars back there behind you, and that's going to be, and one is going to be that number 41 of Travis Gilbert. Tell me, do you have enough to keep that rapid fire Chevrolet out front?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to take care of my tires as I was coming through the field there, so I didn't want to come in and burn another set. We only got 4 of them tonight, so if we're going to have a more rash of cautions, I'm going to hold on to a set. So I'm just going to kind of hold in one line, and wherever those guys on fresh tires come in, we'll see.
Absolutely. Is that car getting a little bit tight as the sun drops down, or is it loosening up a little bit, or?
It'll be a little loose.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming up here to talk to us. We wish you luck in the rest of the race, and hopefully we'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good.
All right, go ahead, Mark. Restart. Mark.
Yo.
Oh, there you go. Restart is out, man. Take it. Your show.
We are back green flag racing. Ryan McCall in the first place. Good little startup on him. But that number 10 of Aaron Miller in the Wendy's car does not want to give up. He wants a Toyota in the front of the pack. Then you've got Dwayne Furtick and Kane Lee, third and fourth. They're fighting it out a little bit.
Kane Lee had a nice run coming into turn number 3. And he is going to be able to make that pass on that 51 on the inside. And it looks like the 06, he is going to, Burden, he is going to be able to make that pass also. And you see those two, they are kind of migrating to the middle of the track. They're leaving that bottom lane alone. Maybe that bottom lane is not the best lane as of right now, later on in the runs. But they're making that middle lane work. And he's got a little bit, those two have got a little bit of a breakaway from the 51 into 41.
Well, they probably fixed your bumpy track issue. That's probably why that the middle lane is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it does look, these cars, in that middle lane, they don't look as, doesn't look that, like they're bottoming out like you would in, at least last year before they did the updates.
Well, I saw a road crew out there before the race started.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I am a dad, therefore I got dad jokes.
I got a dad bod. Does that count?
I don't consider mine a dad bod. I consider mine a father figure.
Nice. Well, the 10, we talked about him earlier. We talked about turn number 4. His car did get a little bit tight, so he's going to lose a couple of positions. He's still going to be up 15 positions, but he did make contact with that outside wall coming out of turn number 4. So turn number 4 getting very, very tight here at lap number 51. Still 129 laps to go here at Iowa, but they are racing for the corn.
Well, they're hungry for the corn, man. You got why you hating?
Hungry for the corn. I'm not a big corn guy.
No, neither.
I have
neither
my reasons.
I went to Nebraska one time. That's all I needed.
I have my reasons for that one. No matter how much you chew it, it's still there.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call color commentary. But Tyler Burden actually took that first spot over from Travis Gilbert. And unfortunately, Dwayne Furtick has fell back to about 13th position. So he fell back quite a bit.
You know, and I think Ryan McCall, you know, he said he's saving some of those tires for later on in the run. And I think that was a very smart choice because, you know, you only have a certain, you said we have about 4 sets of tires. So if they went ahead and used one set, I mean, you still got a lot of racing left to go. So you want to have as many sets in the pit, you know, later on in the race. So I think this is a very smart move. He was leading the race. He's got some points for leading that race, but you know, later on, he's going to be he may not get the most laps led, but later on, he'll have those fresh sets of tires, and he'll be probably in a position to win this race if it goes green.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part.
Oh, and he's going to get loose coming out of turn number 4. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Got a little loose, fell back 1 position. He lost a little bit of momentum. But now he is gunning it back up, getting in front of Kane Lee in that 32 money line. Then you got a decent little pack behind him. You got Aaron Miller in the number 10. Brandon Fetterplace in the number 34. Kent Mueller in the 5. And Jeff No in the 55. So these guys are definitely, they're not giving up. They're in a nice little pack. I'm actually going to pull up my chopper cam.
Oh, that 5 is getting very tight on that bottom line. That's going to be Mueller. He got very tight, almost made some contact with the 55 of Jeff No coming out of turn number 4, but he did slow it down. And look at Jeff. He is a rocket ship on that outside line, and he is going to try to make a move on the 32 on the outside, coming into turn number 3, side by side, and he is going to be able to make that pass. But is he going to be able to keep that car down without making any outside rubs? And he does. So he is going to advance himself up a couple of positions. Right now, the biggest mover of the race, riding around in 9th.
You're so full of energy.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well,
Can't say all the time.
We've still got Travis and Tyler Burden fighting it out for that first position up in the front, followed very closely by Tay McDonald in the 73. And they're all within just over a tenth of a second from each other. So they're all 3 still gunning it for that first spot. Brad Rivers fell back a little bit, but he is still there in 4th. Adam Fountain in 5th. Michael Carter in 6th. Ryan McCall 7th. Brandon Fetterplace in 8th. Jeff No, biggest mover of the race so far, in 9th. Alan Holtzman in 10th, rounding out our top 10. Followed very closely on the rear by Kane Lee and Kent Mueller. And Kent Mueller just went for that pass on Kane and got it. Eric Anderson in 13th in a 00 Tabasco. Looks like he is actually trying to pull a pass on Kane Lee as well. Aaron Miller in 14th. Dwayne Furtick in 15th. The 81 of John Osborne in 16th. Doug Denise in 17th.
Dylan Picklesmere in 18th. He is down about 6 positions from where he started. Michael York, he is going to be in 19th. And you got Gary Nash, you know, still up 5 positions, riding around in 20th. Kyle Diaz, he is going to be in 21st. 22nd is going to belong to Robert Roth in that number 59 machine, and he is going to be down 12 positions. So as of right now, he is going to be the biggest loser of the race as far as positions go, but there's a lot of racing left here in tonight's race, so definitely got to keep an eye on him, see where he finishes out this race. Now, I do want to point out, you know, last year you were talking about Adam riding around in the top 5. You know, Adam was he won last year's race. They had 1 caution, and this year's race is 20 laps shorter, so they went actually 200 laps last year at Iowa.
Okay, all right. I don't have that information.
It's in race day info. It was posted yesterday.
Oh, no, I don't have
morning.
I don't have that.
Oh!
I'm kidding.
I must
Yes,
have special abilities. Oh, they do have a DQ limit of 16, so, very few incidents that you can carry. As Tyler Burton, he has made his way up to the front. Still got Travis Gilbert running right there in second, and Tate McDonald, he is going to be right there in third. Oh, it looks like the 41 is going to scrape that wall and lose a little bit of momentum. 7-3 almost got by on that inside, but yeah. Adam Bowden, he has made his way up into the 5th position. Last year's winner. And they're running a custom fixed setup from Buster's Corner.
Looks like I have to take more notes.
Huh?
I didn't think to write all that down. I normally write everything down before the race.
Oh, I just got to pull it up on my other screen.
Look, I've only got 3, sir. I've only got 3 screens.
I got to teach you what Alt up is or Control up. It'll split your screen for you, and you can pull up multiple pages.
Oh, no, that would be awesome. All right.
Always a learning experience. Now our former leader at the start, Ryan McCall, he has dropped all the way from 8th place, all the way from 1st down to 8th. Still holding strong. He does have Jeff Noe right there looking to make a pass and put him another position up, and put Ryan McCall another position down. So this is going to be a battle for the 8th position. Can Jeff Noe get around as they come through turn number 4 out on the exit? Looks like Jeff Noe is going to put that 55 on the bottom and see if he can make the pass coming into turn number 1 and out of turn number 2. Side by side as they come out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. And it looks like that Ryan McCall still has a little bit of speed in those tires. And here comes turn number 3. Can they make the pass? Looks like Jeff Noe, he has to check up just a little bit. Maybe gets a little bit loose in the middles of 3 and 4. But on the exit, looks like Ryan McCall is still going to hang on for just a few more laps in that 8th position. That was a nice little battle.
Oh yeah, those guys, when they get like that, they're notorious for not giving up. And Ryan McCall is definitely, in that group, I guess you'd say.
So they all pitted at lap 22. Some pitted at lap 22, but almost everybody in the top 9 pitted at lap number 42, except for Ryan McCall. He has still those older tires on that car.
Oh yeah, he is up. He's got 20 more 20 lap older tires than everyone else on the field. So I'm wondering, when the fuel window, and he's going to have to come in and switch them up.
So yeah, if they had 4 sets of tires, well, if everybody took tires at lap number 42, except for Ryan McCall, that means he still has all 4 in the pits, and he is looking pretty good. Now this could, now if it does go green, that's going to be very interesting. Because, if a late caution comes out, towards the end of the race, he'll still have a set of tires. But if it continues to go green, he will pretty much, lose a lot of track position because he didn't come in and take tires when everybody else did at lap number 42.
Well, and I'm thinking he's going to go in pretty soon to get tires, and then that'll put him on a different cycle than everybody. But it might be, just clever. It might be a clever move to do, because if you're not on the same cycle as everybody, you have a little bit of kind of a one-up, something up your sleeve, because he's still rocking and rolling. Right. Yeah, he is still rocking and rolling, being out there 54 laps.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. But here is I don't want to play the commentator's curse, but if so, when he comes in, he's going to have in the back of his mind, oh crap, if a caution comes out, I'm going to be screwed. I'm going to be trapped at least 2 laps down, because you can lose about 2 laps coming down pit road because it's a very slow pit speed. And that can hurt if a caution does come out, but we're not going to talk about that as we still have about 101 laps left to go. So I'm saying probably about 2 pit stops, maybe less.
Yeah, I say 2 or less. Because the way they're running, if everybody pulls the McCall strategy and stays out as long as he has, they'll probably get away with 1 more pit stop.
Absolutely. Well, Evo, Boughton, he is going to be working on the inside for that 3rd position, and that is going to be Travis Gilbert and Adam Boughton. And he's going to be working on the inside, coming down the backstretch, and here they come into turn number 3. It looks like he does have a little bit of a lane. He's going to force that car into turn number 3 and force the 41 up the track, but not going to be able to make the pass. So he's not going to be able to pull that slide job. But coming into turn number 1, he is going to look down low, and once again, is the 41 going to be able to block him? Not this time. They are going to be side by side coming out of turn number 2. Looks like the 94 was able to make that pass, and he's going to slide it right up in front of that 41. Coming in turn number 3, is the 41 going to try to retaliate, or is he going to back off and try to save his tires? But that 91 looks like he is pretty much rocking and rolling here at lap number 82 with 98 laps complete, or 98 laps left in this race.
Yeah, I do think Travis Gilbert is in saving mode at this point. But like you said, there's still plenty of laps to go, so he has got a lot of time. He can sit back, see what happens up at the front, and then maybe try to take over later, a little bit later.
Short track racing is very fun. We broadcasted last night, and that was at Richmond, which is, that's a very short track too. And these laps just tick down like they were nothing.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, hey, you start the race and bam, it's already lap 30. What?
Yeah, you're doing 25-second laps, and you've made 4 laps in a minute. Like, holy crap!
Oh yeah, I do love the short track racing too, because you can flow through it, but you can call all the action because everybody is a lot closer than they would be on a longer track. Like Kansas, or let me see where my last race was. I think it was also Kansas.
Well, the 48 is coming out of the pits, and that is going to be Michael York. He just came out. He is going to be quite a few laps down, or he's going to be the first car 1 lap down, and it looks like he has got to bring his car back down pit road. He's going to be very slow on the apron. Let's see what he does. Yeah, so he's coming back into pit road. He must have had something happen. So Michael York bringing his car back down pit road. Christopher Roth, he's going to be at least 2 laps down, and the 82 is going to be a couple laps down also.
Yeah, I'm seeing 2 laps for Roth, 2 laps for Carnathan. Showing 8 laps for Pete Walsh. So I'm hoping they don't give up. I'm hoping they stay in. So 6 viewers out there with us on the stream. Thank you guys for showing up. We are 88 laps in, just about to the halfway point here in Iowa. Tyler Burton.
Burden. I was just about to say, Tyler Burton. Go ahead, take that.
Tyler Burton's still out there rocking and rolling. Now he's got about a 1.7 second lead over that second place man of Tay McDonald. And they do have a lap down car in between them. But you got Adam Boughton right behind Tay in 3rd. So it looks like they're just set for a long haul right now. Looks like they're spacing out a little bit, getting their own zip code on the track. And I think now it's just a waiting game. Like, hey, the fastest is going to win, yes, but also strategy.
And, even though oh, my goodness, I got an echo. He's got a nice little battle with a couple of lap down cars, in front of him, talking about Burden. And it looks like he's got the 26 and the 48. 48, it was, did come in and get some other repairs done. So, but the 26, he was battling it out side by side for just a little bit, but 26 is looking to be the first car one lap down if he continues running the time that he is.
We actually got a battle with Tay McDonald and Adam Boughton for the second spot. They are side by side right at the moment.
Ooh, coming out of turn number 2, it looks like the 73 got a little bit loose, and he lost a lot of ground.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like that car did not want to turn.
No, I think he might be set to come in pretty soon. Yep, he is coming down pit road. So, when you called that, he noticed. He said, yep, something's wrong with the car, so we are going to pull down pit and get it checked out. So that does leave Adam Boughton in the second spot. Still a little ways away from Tyler Burden. About a 3-second gap. But Adam Boughton has got the number 82 in front of him of Stan Carnathan in the Hemp Z Camaro.
I want you to keep an eye on Fitter Place. He is riding around in the 4th position. He is running the same lap times as the leader. He has got a fast hot rod. But also, Denise, he has a faster car than the leaders. He's running a 25.33 the last time by. Now it's going to change because they just crossed over. But he was running a 25.33, and he was he was pretty much matched with Fitter Place. So those two cars are running some very fast laps up here in the top 10, and they are faster than the leaders. So they've been back here saving those tires, and now they're going to have something to bring to the table here later on in the second half of this race.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at his last lap. It was actually faster than the one you called. It was actually at 25.22.
Yeah, exactly. So he has got a fast hot rod, and so does Fitter Place. I mean, he's well, that one was a little bit slower, but he was right up there with the leader that last a couple laps ago.
Well, and he is not far back. He's literally 0.06 of a second back from the leader, and in fact, let's see when he crosses over. Yeah, he's actually ran a faster lap again. He is at 25.30. Where Tyler Burden was at 25.35. So Fitter Place is in 3rd spot, and he is ready to jump up and take over.
Absolutely. He's about 1.7 seconds back from Boughton in that 94 Coca-Cola Camaro, but he's kind of losing a little bit of ground. It looks like he's a little bit better on the track in some places than Boughton, but looks like he's going to be, possibly a force to be reckoned with later on in this race.
I'm going to tell Boughton you said that.
I'm sorry.
Applebee's, here we come, buddy.
Meet me in the parking lot. Now the 10, he has already made his pit stops, and you can tell that he has made that pit stop. He is going to take it 3 wide. He's got those 4 fresh feel goods, and he's ready to go, baby. And he is trying to get his lap back the hard way, and I believe he is going to be able to do it. He's going to be able to 10 laps down. That is going to be Miller in 22nd. It's Miller time, and he is rocking and rolling. And he has already made it around that 94, so now he is looking to catch up with that 06. Now, he doesn't want to go too hard this early in, on those tires because you don't want to burn them up too quick. Even though you're trying to get your laps back, they still have to pit, buddy. So just save what you got. Got a little bit loose coming out 4. Just save what you got, and you'll get there.
Yeah, and Tay McDonald took to the pits. Now he brought him back to 19.
Yeah, pit road, you can see he's back here dealing with lap traffic right now, or not lap traffic, lead lap traffic. And you got the 59. He's going to dive it in, but he's got to deal with Ryan McCall. And Ryan McCall is not going to give it up very easy. He's on the lead. Ryan McCall is being on the lead lap. Oh, he got some contact at 00. Eric Anderson made a little bit of contact, and he still got a little bit of trouble trying to keep that car straight, but he did get it straight coming out of turn number 4. He had a little bit of contact. Well, let me go back and take a look at that while you're watching live. So he had a little bit of contact with the 45.
Ooh.
And that is going to be Pickles Mirror, and I'm going to play that slow. I am on replay if you want to take a look.
Yep, we are pulling it up right now. Ready to go when you are, buddy.
And here is that contact. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Coming in turn number 3. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle. And that's too far. There we go. Camera number 2. And we're going to slow it down. And his car looks like looks like the 45 is coming down a little bit. And they're just going to ride the same lane. 00, right there. Just barely makes any contact. But it does upset that car, and he's going to go down towards the apron. He does do a very good job of keeping that car straight. 45 still riding that same line, so they were pretty much in the same lane. It was just a matter of time of who was going to give and who wasn't. All right, we'll go back full speed, and we'll go back live. Thank you.
Well, now we know what happens when you have two things in the same place at the same time.
One's got to give. One definitely does have to give.
I think I might have learned that in physics class.
I failed it. I fell asleep in that class.
I mean, I did too, but it's also been 84 years since we went to class.
I was born at a very young age. Well, Ryan McCall is going to be joining the rest of the field and taking some of the field and taking some tires. This is going to be his first pit stop since lap number 22. So he's still going to have 3 sets of tires in the pits.
Dang, 73 laps to go, and he is just now pitting. So yeah, if he takes and splits up the last 73 laps, he's a force. He'll be a force to be reckoned with.
So 73 laps to go. How many laps has he went? He can almost stretch it, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but if he switches out his tires right there toward the end, that's the question.
Let's see. I know we have 70% fuel, but do we know how many laps that's going to be? That's the question.
I do not.
All right, you go live, and I'm going to go investigate.
All right.
Or you stay alive, and I'll be right back.
Well, right now we're watching the 06 of Tyler Burton actually getting passed by Ryan McCall in the number 90, getting a lap back. Adam Boughton is in second. Looks like he is fighting in between the 55 and the 32. Now, those are both lap-down vehicles. Brandon Fetterplace in third. Doug Denise in fourth. Michael Carter in fifth. Dylan Picklesmer in sixth. Alan Holtzman in seventh. Eric Anderson in eighth. John Osborne in ninth. Gary Nash rounding out our top 10. Now, he is tied for the biggest mover right now at 15 positions, along with Alan Holtzman. Kent Mueller in 11th. Tay McDonald in 12th. Kane Lee in 13th. Travis Gilbert in 14th. Kyle Diaz in 15th. Aaron Miller in 16th. Brad Rivers in 17th. Ryan McCall in 18th, but he is definitely making his way back up. Stan Carnathan in 19th. Jeff No in 20th. Dwayne Furtick in 21st. Christopher Roth in 22nd. Robert Roth in 23rd. Michael York in 24th. And Pete Walsh in 25th. Now, looks like Tyler Burton, Michael Carter, and Kane Lee are go ahead and taking to the pit right now.
Well, I do have a number for you.
All right, what you got for me?
And the magic number is going to be between 79 and 80 laps of fuel. And if now Ryan McCall is going to, be on fresh tires. Just took him a few laps ago. So he is going to be able to push harder. Now he was saving tires, through that run. So he had pretty good right front. And I heard some drivers talk about they were really pushing the car and using up that right front. But Ryan McCall, good on tires, good on fuel. He should be able to make it to the end of this race. We'll have to see how it plays out, how much of a gap that he will have, with those fresh tires after the leader's pit. But as of right now, he's working to get some of those laps back and be back on the lead lap.
Oh yeah, and he's already passed. He had already passed Burden as I was calling out our placement. So he got one lap back there. So he is only down one lap right now, looks like.
And I want to point out the 24 of Holtzman. He is still out there on the track. He's making some time up, and he is going to be up 17 positions along with Gary Nash. He's going to be up 17 positions. So a couple of big movers, might be due to pit strategy, but that's still impressive, to keeping those cars out there on the track and holding those positions.
Well, we do have 5 viewers out there with us on the stream. Thank you guys for showing up.
Absolutely. No better way than to spend your time watching a good green flag race. Oh, and the 24 got in the way of the 15, and the 15 pushed him out of the way just a little bit. No contact, but you don't want to get in front of a guy that's got fresher tires. He would definitely run you over, and he's going to make contact with the outside wall, and just going to slow him down just a little bit. And here comes that Chevrolet Camaro driven by Ryan McCall. He's going to make it around that number 24.
Oh, he is coming for another lap. Yeah, he is definitely pulling a rocket ship. Actually, looks like, is he on our lead lap now? No, he is still a lap down. Still showing a lap.
Yeah, he's still a lap down.
And it looks like Adam Boughton went ahead and took to the pit, along with Doug Denise and Dylan Picklesmer, Gary Nash. So that's going to put Brandon Fetterplace out there to lead a lap or 7. And it looks like Tyler Bird. Oh, no. And Fetterplace is coming down into the pit. Putting Eric Anderson, the 00 Tabasco mobile, out in front. Followed by John Osborne.
Now, it's very interesting. Fetterplace, he was running some fast lap times. He was making some pretty fast laps. He's going to pit, with only about 60 laps to go. So we'll have to see how this plays out. He's working his way up to the front. I think this might be a pretty good strategy to put that Toyota in a good spot to win here.
Very true. And Brandon Fetterplace, from the races I have seen him in, he's definitely, he's got it. And if he wants the top spot, I think, if he plays his cards right, I think he can easily get that. It's just a matter of, they're all pulling the same strategy right about now. All the leaders have just recently pit. So they're all in the same boat. It's just a matter of who can make it last a little bit longer.
And the 34, he's riding around in 15th. He's got to pass the 8, which is right there in front of him to beat the first car one lap down. But if you look and see where Eric Anderson is, he's not very far in front of that 34 machine. And, the way that some of these guys are driving these cars, they're not using up tires like you think they would. Some are, some are not. And I believe that Tabasco's car, that 00 of Eric Anderson, he is going to be passed by the 34. So that's going to put the 34 back on the lead lap. See where the 94 is compared to the 34. And 94 is going to be quite a ways away. going to be at least about 3 seconds ahead of the 34.
I'm going to pull up some exciting. And exciting is actually the number 41 of Travis Gilbert. He is in the first position. That's not exciting.
Well, it is exciting because the 40 just got his lap back from the 41. So Travis Gilbert, when was the last time did he pit? Last time did he pit was at lap number 95.
Yeah, so
now lap number 95, he could be out here saving tires. He went in early. He's leading right now. He's got the 73 right there behind him in second. Now the 41, he is going to be going into turn number 1. The 73 is going to be back just a little bit. Those two are teammates. And then you got the 06, which is, good Lord, he is just now coming out of turn number 2. So there's a big gap. I believe he is going to stay out here, just save a little bit, and he might have the strategy to win this race. 6 seconds ahead of Burden. 11 seconds ahead of Rivers. I mean, you could save his short track racing, so clutch it a few times. You might be able to save those 5 laps, because the magic number is 79 to 80. He's just outside of that bubble. He's got about 6 laps that he may need to save.
Yeah, and it's always it's always interesting to see how these guys save. But still, like, they can still move up, but be saving at the same time. It's amazing how they do it.
Yeah, he's got his teammate McDonald. He is going to be catching up to the 41 of Gilbert, but I don't know. I don't think McDonald's going to be saving enough. He's going to run short if he keeps on pushing his car that hard. Now you can see the times really dropping to Burden. Burden came in at 111. We know he is going to be good on fuel. You got McCall. He is going to be right there in 5th. Or Rivers going to be right there in 4th, about 10 seconds back. And now you can see those times really ticking away. So those guys are going to be good on fuel. But these two top guys, they're going to be saving all they can, because Burton is actually coming, and those two might just be saving what they have, saving that little bit of fuel, still have the tires later. They're going to make the 06 push what he has and burn up his stuff. And the 55. Go ahead.
Oh, the 06 is actually about to pass the 10. And it's not a place passing, but still.
Furtick and No were, pretty much right there together at one point in time. They were, Jeff No, he is up 17 positions. That's going to be our biggest mover of the race. Pretty amazing considering where he started, but the Tick. I just want to call Furtick the Tick. Remember this show?
Oh man, now you're bringing me
Better
back.
yet, do you remember the video game?
No, they have a.
Oh my God, you never? Yes, they have a video game, The Tick.
Now I got to find out what platform that is for, because I love.
I think it was on Super Nintendo. But Jeff No, he is out there doing a pretty darn good job holding on to 7th. He's got Bowden. He is going to be right there about 2 seconds ahead of him. Actually, exactly 2 seconds ahead of him. So Jeff No is really working the wheel on that race car. Now he was one of those drivers that said he was really using up the right front. So we're going to see if he backs it off just a little bit and saves that right front tire. But as of right now, he is going to be losing ground to Bowden.
Yeah, these guys definitely. I know there's a strategy in place. It's hard to call because it's hard to know what they're thinking, but it's definitely interesting to watch. And we are already 136 laps out of 180. It looks like Travis Gilbert just went into pit.
Very interesting strategy. They have about 42 laps to go. So it's going to be a very interesting strategy. We only have 15 cars on the lead lap. Gary Nash is going to be the first car. Actually, Picklesmere is going to be the first car one lap down.
Definitely interested to see this. You know, now being such a short track with a little over 40 laps to go, the question is if he's pitting now, is he really going to have it in him to get all the way back up?
Very interesting strategy. I'm going to go find out. I'll be back.
All right. Well, while he does that, we do have Tyler Burden in the first spot, Tay McDonald in second, Brad Rivers in third, Ryan McCall in fourth, followed by Adam Boughton in our rounding out the top five. Brendan Fetterplace in sixth. Jeff No, biggest mover, up 17 spots from where he started, currently in seventh. Doug Denise in eighth. Dwayne Furtick in ninth. Now, looks like they're very close. Dwayne may have fell back a little bit. Michael Carter in 10th. Dylan Picklesmer in 11th. Robert Roth in 12th. Eric Anderson in 13th. John Osborne in 14th. Travis Gilbert in 15th, Gary Nash in 16th, Kent Mueller in 17th, Kyle Diaz in 18th, Stan Carnathan in 19th, Aaron Miller in 20th, Alan Holtzman 21st, Michael York in 22nd, Christopher Roth in 23rd, Kane Lee in 24th, and Pete Walsh in 25th. So, checking out Robert Roth in the 59 car. Looks like the 00 Tabasco just passed him up. And you got Brad Rivers now in the third spot. He is definitely gunning it up, trying to see what he can do. Ryan McCall in that number 90. Now, they do have a lap down car, the 82 in the between them. But Stan Carnathan is coming up the field. Looks like he is trying to get his lap back along with Travis Gilbert. And it looks like the Ryan McCall, Travis Gilbert. Oh! Travis Gilbert went down to the inside bottom line, and he actually lost a couple positions. But he is right behind Adam Boughton. Adam Boughton is about half a second behind Brad Rivers. Now, Brad Rivers has got a little bit of a gap between him and Tay McDonald. Looks like 6.5 seconds. And Tyler has got a 4.6 second lead over Tay. And we've got 7 viewers out there with us on the stream. Thank you for showing up. Gonna check SDK and see what's exciting. You got the number 94 of Boughton and the 15 of Brad Rivers right there. Looks like Adam Boughton is trying to take the bottom lane to see if he can take a position away from Brad. But he is not letting him at the moment. Now let's give it a second, see what they can do. And it looks like he might have got it clean. Yep, he got a clean pass on him. Now, they both still have Ryan McCall right behind them. And like Richard was saying earlier, Ryan McCall is he's like a hurricane. When he's coming, he's coming.
He could be a hurricane or a wrecking ball. It just depends on what day of the week it is and how mad you make him.
Well, I didn't want to say wrecking ball because that's going to make people think of Miley Cyrus.
I was already thinking about it. That's why it popped up.
Yeah. You start thinking of Miley Cyrus, then you're going to start thinking of Billy Ray Cyrus, and then, here comes Achy Breaky Heart. See? You see what you did? You see what you did?
Yes. So I did go do a little bit of chatting and everything, and it looks like one driver is trying to stretch out what he has. But the only bad thing is you see that time between McDonald and Boughton. He is actually only about almost 4 seconds, and it is falling. McDonald is trying a little bit of strategy, and I'm not going to call out what strategy he's using, but he has let Burton really break out to about 80-second lead, and now that lead between McDonald and Boughton, it is falling. But if you look at McCall, you look at the 15, that time that Boughton even has is slowly degrading.
Yeah.
So we can see a new third place car, and then Boughton is catching McDonald, and McCall is catching Boughton, and Fitter Place is right there in the mix also. So all these cars are going to make those position changes. Oh, and it looks like somebody is out of shape going into pit road, and I believe that was Roth.
It is. Robert Roth went into pit.
Yeah, he was a little bit out of shape, but these three here, McDonald, Boughton, Fitter Place, and McCall, 4 actually. And I'll throw Rivers up in there too. They are catching they're catching third place. Very quick, fast, and in a hurry, and then they will be on to McDonald. So I believe that number 90 is going to have a top 3 finish.
Yeah, and in fact, if you really wanted to go, you got Doug Denise, and he is 0.8 of a second behind Rivers. So you've got all of these guys, they're, really within seconds of each other trying to get up to the top of the track. And it's not until after him that the time falls off a little more drastically.
74 now making his way out of pit road. Man, it's been a very clean race, and we are coming to 25 to go. As soon as the leader passes the start-finish line, we'll have that 25 to go. And he is now out almost 6 seconds on McDonald, and Boughton is now about 0.4 of a second back from McDonald. So here comes a change in the top 3, and it is going to be Boughton looking to the inside, coming out of turn number 4. He is going to have a nice little run coming off the turn number 4. Going to use a little bit of that draft. Look down to the bottom, coming in turn number 1, and here he goes. He is going to make that pass. Boughton being on that save strategy and saving tires, saving fuel. Only he knows. He did not come on the radio and say what he was doing. So therefore, he is on the mystery strategy. The 34, he is looking to make a little bit of time up coming out of turn number 4. He is going to have that number 73 in sight. So I told you to look out for that 34 earlier on in the race, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
And there he is looking into the top 3 as of right now. He is only about 0.3 of a second now too from third place.
Oh yeah, he is definitely falling back, and he's actually taken that third place. And him
now
and
McCall has a lot of distance still make up. He has about 2 seconds. I don't know if he'll be able to make it into the top 3 with the laps that we have left. He's still got about 2 seconds left, and he's got to pass McDonald, and he has a lap car, and that's going to be 74 on fresh tires, which the 74 is going to race the 34 very hard, even though he is a lapped out car. I don't agree that's Walsh. He's trying to get some of those laps back, even though he is 11 laps down. That was he actually lost connection right there at the beginning of the race, so I hate to see that.
No, I do too, but I think that far back, I hope he doesn't cause an incident up at the front. You know, because
No, I think that was just one of those, hey, I'm a little bit faster, let me buy. Ooh, and the 73 is going to be shape, and that's going to allow McCall to catch him really quick. Got 32. He's going to be 32 was Kane Lee. He's going to be riding around in 23rd. He's still got to make it around that 73. Hopefully no incident there. 73 on very old tires, very low fuel. Ryan McCall still trying to make it to his back bumper. But Ryan McCall has a little bit of battle on his own. He has got Denise looking to the inside. They're going to be side by side. Got the 48. 48 is not going to be for a position. 48 is going to be that's going to be Michael York in 24th.
Yeah, but they're definitely making it interesting, and that's what I like about it.
Now, Michael York and Ryan McCall, the last time I knew that they were pretty good friends, so it looks like the 48 is going to work with the 90 just a little bit. Things changed over the years. I could be wrong now, but they race together on the same track. There's no rivalry that I've heard of. Ooh, and very close battle between the 40 and the 90. And look at Michael York taking it 3 wide. Lap down car, he says, nah, I'm going to go ahead and pass y'all. Y'all are making it too interesting for me. I want to get around this before something happens.
And it looks like he's about to pass Tay McDonald.
Wow, that's a nice little battle. And Denise, he's right there watching it from the catbird seat. And they are going to work their way up, just like you said, past McDonald. That's going to move McDonald down to the 6th position if they can make the pass.
Oh, and he did. Looks like he did, and it is about to stick right now. But then you also see the 40 of Doug Denise. So he has also got the pass on Tay McDonald. So that's and like I said earlier, when you had called out all the names, I said, watch out for Doug Denise, and now look at him.
Yeah, right there within striking distance for the top 4, but they have fell back about 4 seconds from Fitter Place, and Fitter Place is closed that gap within 1 second from Boughton. Boughton in that 94, he doesn't have a lot of laps to go. He is trying to hold on to that that second place position, but I believe Fitter Place is going to have something to say about it as they have 15 laps to go, and it is less than a second separating these two. This late on in the race, it's going to be a side-by-side battle for that finish. Unless Fitter Place does burn it up, which it's possible. He could be trying to get to that back bumper and burn up the tires. But as of right now, 9/10 of a second, less than a second, 14 laps to go. I believe they're going to be battling it out here coming soon.
Oh yeah, and that's what I love to see. Nothing better than a good battle for the lead. You should have seen it.
That's for second place, but yeah.
Either way, battle for the second place for the lead. We had a race the other night where, like, the top 5, they had a caution about 8 laps. No, we went green 4 laps from the end of the race, and that was a nail biter. That was great.
Fair Place and Boughton are running 25-29 for Boughton and 25-20 for Fitter Place. Slowly but surely running fast, a little bit faster lap times, and they are actually faster than the leaders. And McCall is running 25-61, so I don't believe he's got enough car left to really catch these two. But Fitter Place now 1/100th of a second faster, so it's going to be very interesting coming with 10 laps to go once they cross over the start finish. Once the leader crosses over the start finish line.
These guys definitely know how to make it interesting. And I love watching them every week. But now we've got Adam Boughton. So he was our winner last year. So he is all the way up to second. But he has still got a good 7-second gap between him and Tyler Burton. So that
Yeah, so it's Burden's race to win, unless he does something majorly, and this is what Fitter Place wanted to see right here. You see those lap down cars that are right there in front of Boughton, and that is going to slow that 94 down unless they just get out the way, which they're going to allow him to go down to the bottom. And the 10, he's going to kind of trap him just a little bit on that bottom lane. Is he going to be able to make the pass free and clear? The 00 checks up just a little bit, but look how much time that allowed. That allowed Fitter Place to catch up. Now 6/10 of a second, and so it is coming down to the wire. 10 still riding that high line. That may be the preferred line. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 10 on the outside wall, and that is definitely going to be scary. But now 4/10 of a second with 7 laps to go. This is going to come down to the wire because Fitter Place is giving it all he has. Boughton was able to make the pass on the 10. Is the 10 going to give any troubles to Fitter Place?
It looks like he might try to block him a little bit. But now Better Place is taking that bottom lane on him, and it looks like he's passing him pretty clean. No. Yeah.
Oh, you know why? You know why? Those two are teammates, so he's like, nah, I'm just going to let you go. So that's going to be a team strategy right there. Oh, going to slide right up in front of the 10. Barely had enough room. Oh, my goodness, that car got very tight. He is driving the wheels off of that car. Still 6/10 separate these two. It looks like Boughton may have been saving a little bit of tires with 5 laps to go. Does Fitter Place have anything left for that 94 Coca-Cola machine driven by Boughton? And it looks like Jeff is going to be right there in front of Boughton. And will that slow him down? Now that is going to be a 13th place car, still one of the biggest mover of this race, and that's going to be Jeff No. And is he going to give that 94 any problems, or is he just going to let him sail on by? And it's still about 6/10, almost 7/10 of a second separating those two. So very close battle, but I believe he is going to be running out of laps. He's got to find some kind of speed in that car in the next 3 laps, or he is just going to have to settle in where he is. If you see Ryan McCall and Denise, they have fell back. They have fell back quite a bit, over 6 seconds.
Yeah, they definitely have. I think
7 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they sat and looked at it and looked at what they got left and realized, maybe I should just stick where I'm at, because we are down with 3 laps to go, and you've got. Actually, it's Better Place is falling back a little more. You're looking at 9/10 of a second away from Adam, and only 6 seconds away from, or 6.6 seconds away from Tyler. So I don't think he's got enough in him to get that lead, but he's definitely keeping that second place. So we are on our final lap. Final lap brought to you by me, Mark, at Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I don't know, sounded good. So we got
real good.
We got eyes on Tyler Burden in that first spot. And look.
All right, and there is the checkered flag. Tyler Burden going to bring home a win here at Iowa with Boughton. He was going to bring home second, and third is Fetter Place.
And then I got word that Brad Rivers just crashed.
Let me go check it out. Oh, yeah.
All right, and give it a second, and I will pull up our finishing order.
All right, bro. Well, I'm going to have to turn this over to you. I got to go catch up with the Noma series. But, man, it was a pleasure, calling this race with you. Always a fun time up here in the booth with you, and appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, you have a good night, Richard. Thank you for being up with us on this wonderful Saturday night. And we will catch you later, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank y'all to all the viewers that stopped by and joined us also. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And Mark, it is all you, my friend.
All right, so let me bring up my top 3 guys. All right, so we are going to bring up Jeff No. He was our hard charger this evening. Jeff, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Living the dream, man.
All right. Well, you got hard charger, biggest mover of the race tonight, man. That was pretty good. 11 spots from where you started. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Thank
question?
you.
What was your strategy?
I mean, I didn't really have a strategy, man. I've been gone for a month. I've been at the beach, working / vacationing, doing some restoration in the house. So actually, me and the wife and the kids got back earlier today, and I got to run about 10 laps of practice. Decided to just start in the back and just see what I could do. I think it was that second caution. Got some track position. There was a couple cars that got together on the backstretch, and I think I was able to gain 4 or 5 spots. And I just took tires and it's got a different strategy from everybody else. I was really hoping we'd have a caution there. It's about 40 to go when I was I think I was in 7th. Just so I get some fresh tires and race with those guys, because I finally felt like I had the confidence in the line and what I was doing, but never happened. And we'll take a 13th, man. I'm just happy to be back and get to race.
Well, that was awesome, man. I mean, you still did good with that, and you did good overall in the race. We loved checking back with you, looking through, seeing how you were doing and moving. And so welcome back, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun at the beach.
Oh yeah, dude, we had a blast. I'm a white dude, man, but I look like a Hispanic.
Oh, awesome! See, I go to the beach. I'm white. When I get back, I look like Mr. Krabs.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, hey, you get all the shout outs you want. So, do you got anybody in mind for us tonight?
Yeah, just my team, man. Eon's Motorsports. I've been friends with a lot of those guys from the Xbox days, and when I first got over here, they looked after me and kind of gave me a chance, and are still teaching me, man, with these cars. I have a hard time with these cars as it is anyway. A lot more comfortable in the Gen 4s and the 87s. So just everybody on that team, but especially Stan Carnathan and Michael York.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. Man, it was a pleasure watching you on the track tonight and talking to you in the booth. Do you looking forward to next week? You going to be back with us?
Yeah, I'll be back. I should be back from here on out. I think I might actually miss just one more week, but I think we're at Michigan next week, so that'll be fun in these cars, because I know these cars draft, and then depending on the setup we use, I know they'll be loose too. So it should be a fun track.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you. Let me see. We are in Michigan next week. So yes,
Sweet.
sir. All right. Well, will.
Mark, Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm gonna start in the back so you can talk to me every week, man.
Hey, there you go. Look, hey, and that right there gives me guaranteed talking material. Perfect. Well, all right, buddy. We'll let you get to celebrating a little bit, get you back in there, and we will talk to our placers.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir, Jeff. You have a good night, man. We'll see you next week.
See you, brother.
All right, now we're going to bring up Brandon Fetterplace. He was our 3rd place finisher. Hey, Brandon, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do. How's it going?
Hey, it is going pretty good. Looks like you guys had a great race out there tonight. Did you have a certain strategy going in, and was it impacted at all?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of was just driving by the seat of my pants. I have hardly any practice on this track. Um, I don't even believe I've actually raced here in a next gen car. So, I was just kind of flying out there and seeing what would happen, and it happened to work out for me. I realized pretty quickly that I seem to have a decent long run car, and I just kind of stuck with that strategy all race long.
Well, you did good, man. So that got you third place tonight. That gives you all the shout outs you want. Do you got anybody in mind for us?
Thanks for Go Synergy for being on the car. Thanks to the league for allowing me to race here. Thanks to y'all for putting on the great broadcasts, and I can't wait to see if I can make next week.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week if you can make it, dude. We would love to talk to you again up in the booth. So we'll let you
Yes,
get
sir.
to celebrate, man. Hopefully we'll see you next week in Michigan, and you have a good weekend, man.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right. Now we're going to bring up our second place finisher, Adam Boughton. Adam, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, man? Second place is pretty good.
Can't complain. That was a pretty good start. Pretty good race. Had a solid car all night. Had really good long run speed. Just, lost a little too much time during the green flag cycle. Stayed out a little bit too long, but other than that, pretty solid race. Car felt great. Just kept it clean.
Well, man, so not only do you put the league together, you got second place. So you have any shout outs for us this evening?
Shout out for for another great broadcast. Shout out to everybody that raced tonight. We had over 130 lap green flag run in that race. So that was awesome.
Now, I know you didn't, tell Richard your strategy. Did you have a strategy out there tonight?
Well, going in, I was planning on splitting it in half, so make it a two-stop race and pit every 60 laps. But those two cautions at the beginning, that really threw a knife into that one. Instead, and ended up running I think 76 laps, and then pitted and ran to the end there. So probably should have stuck to it a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough fuel in case it went green, which it ultimately ended up doing.
Yeah, that was actually a really clean race for being a short track. I was expecting a little more incidents on the track than we had. So
yeah, there was a couple hiccups in the race that I was surprised they didn't bring the caution out, but for the most part, everybody was able to give everybody room and keep it clean.
Well, awesome. So, are you looking forward to next week in Michigan?
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be one of probably the best races of the year.
Oh,
as far as probably a competition standpoint, that's going to be like almost a bona fide super speedway.
All right. Well, we will definitely look forward to that. I might even put a little surprise together for mid race.
All right, sounds like a plan. We got ourselves an actual sponsor for next week.
Awesome. Well, get me that information, and we will definitely have them up there. And we're
right on.
I'm honored that we were your sponsor for this evening. So we will.
I hope Tyler likes his corn in Victory Lane.
Well, we're gonna bring him up and ask him. So we'll let you get to celebrating Adam, man. Thank you for coming and joining us in the booth, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Hey, Mark, you have a good night.
All right, Tyler, this is Mark in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right,
This is my backup mic, so if you have to tell me if it don't sound right or good or anything.
No, it's a little different from what you were used to with you, but that is okay. Everybody should still be able to hear you just fine.
All right.
Now, with this race, and thanks to Adam Boughton, not only do you get all the shout outs you want, you also get all the corn you can eat.
Well, that's good because I'm from Indiana. That's all we got here too. So, uh, if he just wants to load up a truck, well, I'll go ahead and eat that. Cornbread and corn fed.
Corn souffle, corn casserole, corn kebabs. You know.
The best is cornbread.
Oh no, that's the way in the South too. It ain't just up there. Trust me. But hey, man, that was a good race out there tonight, dude. Like that was a nail biter at certain spots. We didn't know, who was gonna take it, but you got out, and you definitely took the lead on that one. So that was good to watch, man. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that first caution that was like 20 laps, and I was like, everybody was kind of freaking out, like, "Whoa, did we pit? Do we pit?" And I'm like, "I'm pitting." "Did we take tires?" I'm like, "I'm taking tires." I don't know about y'all, so took tires, and we were hoping we could get a little bit of a green flag run. Then we got another 20 laps. I got right on Travis's back bumper, and then the caution came out. I was like, "Come on, really?" And then we went in and burned another set of tires, and yeah, it all just kind of played out the way it needed to for us. Um, yeah, that car was on a rail for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were counting down, like wondering, when you guys were gonna go into pit, and one guy stayed out 78 laps, and
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa, I'd never seen that. Now this was definitely a shorter track.
yeah, I could have stayed out longer. Like when I pitted, I think I still had like 14 laps of fuel left or something like that. I could have stayed out longer, but I just felt it would have been better to get the fresh tires and try and hold on to them as long as possible because I knew I didn't have to run as hard and that Tay and Travis still had to pit. So I just didn't run nearly as hard going after them.
Well, you
So
definitely did good out there tonight, buddy. So I don't have any of the corn, but you do have all the shout outs you want.
yeah, I just want to shout out again my mom and dad, my dad especially teaching me all everything he knew about racing, and uh, S&S Interiors, which is owned by my mom and sister. Um, who else do I got? Nightmare Motorsports. The Eon guys. Big shout out to the Eon guys. They've been nothing but cheering me on as much as possible. Um, you know, all my friends that go back and watch these when they can. Um, I also want to give out a shout out to my union. I work for GM. Um, and with all the strikes going on and this being a contract year, I want to give a shout out to all my UAW GM union brothers and sisters. Um, and especially with all the striking going on with the writers and actors guilds. A lot of people should start paying attention to a lot of that because it's us workers that make the world go around, not the big guys.
Oh yeah, and that's actually a very good point. People don't realize that the little guy's really the one that does all the work, and I'm not in the union, but I'm still the same. I'm still the little guy.
Right. And unions don't just do it for us. They do it for literally everybody because when a union or actors guild or anybody like UPS and Teamsters, I guess they came to a tentative. But we it forces people to actually look and see what's going on.
Oh yeah.
So that's my political statement. Sorry, but you know,
Every once in a while we got to speak up, man. So there's no problem with that.
yeah.
So we want to thank you for that, and thank you for putting on such a good race, man. Are you looking forward to Michigan next week?
Is it Michigan next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Michigan. That's another track I claim as one of my home tracks
All right.
because I
Well,
used to run there quite a bit on my birthday. So,
oh, there you go. When's your birthday?
my birthday's June 9th.
Oh, yeah,
So
no.
that's
Okay.
moved. That's moved to now, but when they ran there in June, yeah, they usually ran there around my birthday.
All right. Well,
So,
good deal, man. We definitely look forward to seeing you next week.
all right.
So you have a good night. I'm going to let you get back to celebrating, and we're going to go ahead and close this out for tonight.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, Tyler.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was race number 19 in Iowa. I want to thank everybody who watched us, everybody who came in and chatted with us. Paid Guitar says good win, Tyler, and good race, guys. So thank you very much for that. So my name is Mark with Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. You guys just watched the ECR Hungry for Corn 180 in Iowa. I want to say good night. Have a great weekend. And